Howdy do there. Good afternoon. Right, I don't know where that come from there. Anyway, I think I was watching Old Western as a howdy. Anyway, ignore me. Right, today, or this evening should I say, my good friend Archie's coming round. Archie's a butcher. And he comes round and we watch UFC, you know, so a few beers and this is man food, what I call man food. Well, it's anyone's food, but what I'm saying is like, if all single men should be eating this, just single men just like me should be eating food like this. Now, what I'm going to do is tandoori chicken kebabs with, I bought a gadget and I've been dying to use it and it's right in front of me. I'll show you, I'll come to it in a minute. Anyway, tandoori chicken kebabs, yogurt mint sauce, salad, yada yada yada. But first, let's get cracking and let's get on the pans straight away, because I've got to soften the onions now. This video is going to be in like 2 parts because I've only got 1 kebab pan, which I'll show you in a minute. So I've got, while it's cooking, I'll just turn everything off and then I'll come back to it later and make some bread. But first of all, let's get to the ingredients. The ingredients is chicken, Tandoori masala, which is sort of like a tandoori spice base. This is raw shredded cabbage, white cabbage, shredded really fine, they call it shaved in a minute, shaved onion. This is baby cucumbers in about matchstick size, some tomatoes. We've got some onions which I'm going to fry off and put in between the chicken, which we'll see in a minute, and some yogurt, some natural yogurt, which I'm going to put the mint jelly with and make a natural yogurt and mint sauce. But first of all, let's get on as well. First of all, butter, ghee, well, whatever, just no oil. No oil, my hearties. Leave the oil out. This is going to be for the onions in between the kebab. It'll all come together as it always does. You know what I'm like. You know what I'm like. I race ahead, forget stuff and come back, and but I'll get you there in the end. So straight away, butter in. The onions. Now, I'm doing on average about 2 kebabs, so I'm using 6 chicken thighs, so it's 3 chicken thighs each. Do you know what I mean? Which I think is plenty because you got the bread, the salad and everything else. These onions are going to go in between the kebab, which I'll show you in a minute. It just keeps it moist and anyway, you'll see. So onions in the pan with butter, nice and simple. What I'm going to give that right here is a good crack of salt, just so the onions start to release all the natural juice and they start to caramelise, and that's what I want. I don't want them completely cooked, I just really want them softened, and I'll get back to that in a minute. So, before I get my hands dirty with the kebab, check this out. I clocked this online. It's a kebab pan, right? So it comes like, and it goes right in the oven like this, but if you look, this thing screws in it. Yeah, look at that. And the meat goes on top of it as you make your kebab and just put it in the oven as is. Great! Got to be careful with it, because I wave my hands around a lot. As you know, I'll just go and impale myself knowing me, so just be careful with that. So, in a big bowl, get some yogurt. Now don't put all your yogurt in. Don't put all your yogurt in. You don't need massive amounts for this. I'd say about a tablespoon per one, right? And in that, put a little, like I'd say about, yeah, a good tablespoon of the spice. And then, good twist of lime. Good twist of lime. I like the acidic, you know, with the lime with it. Just give it a nice mix up. Right here, you might need a little bit more spice. You won't need more lime because that's enough. But you might need a little bit more spice. This is like, you know when you see that really red tandoori, this is more of a natural tandoori. It's not like glowing red, you know what I mean? Because, you know, no. I think they put food colouring in that. They've got to do, because spice, paprika will go that colour, but you know what I mean, it'd have to be a lot of paprika to turn it, so I'd rather go natural. So anyway, that's it. Give it a good crack of salt as well. give it a good crack of salt. Now in goes chicken thighs, right? So again, in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. Let me get rid of this one. Right? 6 of them. All right, onions are cool. So squeeze the marinade in it. Even better, which I think you should do, but I've not got time to do it. Put that in the fridge, cling film it, put that in the fridge overnight. 24 hours marinade. It'll soak right in, it'll tender the chicken with a lime, excuse me. Yeah, this is going to be one of them videos I'm going to be running to and from every 2 minutes, washing my hands, because it's one of them dishes you've got to get your hands right in on it. So, do it overnight, soak it overnight, do you know what I mean? Because it'll just get better and better as a marinade. Because I keep on thinking, going to go and impale my hand on here because I throw my hands around. Right, we need a large onion, right? And I'll show you why in a second. Right, so you take right in half, and then I'd say about another quarter. So you got about a quarter of a large onion, and I'll show you why in a sec. But you're thinking, what's he going to do with this? I'll show you. You put that, it doesn't matter if that comes off, doesn't matter. You put that down there for the simple reason, it holds the chicken off the pan so it doesn't burn, stick or anything like that, right? So it just holds the chicken off. Because even though it's the first time you're using the pan, I have done similar kind of things, and you end up ruining your pan when the chicken sticks on it. Right, let me get rid of this. So, you can do it straight away like I'm doing, you can do, right? But it's best off overnight, so you get on the skewer, flatten it out, nice, nice, nice. And then you do it the crisscross, if you know it, because it's long and thin, so you do it crisscross ways, do you know what I mean? Yep, keep going. So there's 3. I mean, this is going to make a mighty kebab, mate. Oh, hang on a second. See, racing ahead. My mind's on the UFC later. Right? My mind's on the UFC later. So let's just rewind. Rewind. So, first bit of chicken. And then just put a couple of the fried onions around it. And then boom. More fried onions. This is going to keep it moist. It's going to give it flavour. It's going to be delicious. Do you know what I mean? And you know when you see these kebabs on, excuse me. You know when you see these kebabs on skewers in kebab houses, I always look at them and go, how long have they been there for? You know what I mean? I'm paranoid. How long have they been there for? And to be honest, for what it's going to cost you for like a few chicken thighs, etc., just do your own. Just do these kebab pans. I think are an ingenious idea. There's 3 different levels of skewer. You know the skewer there. There's 3 different levels. Like this is great for 2 of you, but there's like 3 different. So you can have the real tall skewer if it goes in your oven. That is, if it goes in your oven. There's like a real tall skewer, so you could probably do like a family of 5 or 6 on it, you know what I mean, depending on how big the kebabs are, do you know what I mean? But get the rest of the sauce on it. Let me get rid of that. Wash my hands again. Now, it doesn't matter if it all falls off or drips off or whatever, because you're going to be carving the kebab in a bit. And just put it all on, just get it all on, that's it. Just get it all on, it's a lad's night, do you know what I mean? So, let's have it. You know, nothing better. UFC, couple of beers, tomorrow in work hungover. But hey, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So there we go. Check that out. Check that out. I'm buzzing with this pan, I really, really am. I've been dying to use it. And again, I've done stuff similar but not like this, you know what I mean? So, and I'm going to go through the bread in a minute that I'm going to do. But let's get this in the oven and we'll crack on. So, oven, I'd say about, I don't know, 180, 200. You've got to put it on a low shelf because don't forget, you've got that skewer, so you don't want to put it in and bend it anyway. So, just measure it all up before you make your kebab, just to make sure you can open it up and put it straight in. Right, back to the bread. I've made this bread and it's just a bread dough, but what it, see, elastic, it's like Stretch Armstrong. There we go. Because what I've done is I've used a strong organic flour, right? Now, there's four ingredients, right? And this is my problem with bread. It's organic flour, it's yeast, salt, and warm water. That's it. That's all bread is. That's all you need. That's it. 4 ingredients, bread. You put bits and pieces with it if you want, cumin if you're making flat, you know, other bits and pieces if you're going to flavour it or put herbs, whatever. But these breads that you see in the supermarkets with 20 odd ingredients is, what's other 20 ingredients is for? So stay away from them, make your own. And it's the only breads that I'll eat is ones that I'll do myself. And that's very rare anyway, but because it's a UFC night, you want something to munch while you're watching the telly, you know what I mean? So I'm going to come back to all that lot in a minute. I'm going to go and have a coffee. I'm going to go and have a chill. You do the same. And I'll catch you in a bit. And I'm back. Sorry about the wait, even though it's going to be fast forwarding, whatever. Anyway, let's check out the kebab. Oh my God. Check that out. Check that out. There's loads of like juice, sauce, whatever you want to call it, all fell down to the bottom, and I can't wait. Right. Main thing about any kind of meat, even fish, resting. So let's get a piece of foil over the top of it, bang it to one side, leave it. Let's get into the bread. Now, bread's not my thing, as we know, but this is organic, so rather than me show you needing it, I've already pre-done it, and basically it's organic flour, which is half a kilo of organic flour, half a pint of tepid water, and a fast-acting sachet of dried yeast. So this is about the size of the bread, I'd say. Yeah, I'll show you. You know, it's a bit smaller than a cricket ball, right? Now, in half a kilo, you'll probably get 6 flatbreads. So what I'm going to suggest is roll them out, put them on some greaseproof paper or even some cling film and stack them up and put them in the freezer. So you've always got one, bam, ready to go. Do you know what I mean? I do that all the time. This is probably what I'm going to do with this, actually, because look, that's on half a kilo of organic flour. So move that to one side. I'll deal with that later. Boom. Because I'm going to need that bowl in a sec. So a bit of flour on your work side, whatever. This is a little, it's a Chinese rolling pin, this. It's a little dim sum rolling pin. I got it from the Chinese supermarket and I love it. I think it's perfect to roll out your breads. Now, the bread, I'm going to make what's known as stone bread, Turkish style stone bread. Now, straight away you're thinking stone bread, what's that? Let me show you. Now first, I'm going to roll it out quite thin because as a kebab you can do it sort of like oblong or roll it round. I like it oblong, a little bit oblong, so you can put the ingredients down, roll it up and boom, you know what I mean? So stone bread, I know you're all thinking, what is stone bread? Let me show you. When I was in Turkey once, we went up in the hills and we went to this restaurant and you know a big pizza oven, right? A big pizza oven. They brought these breads out, they had all bubbles and lumps and everything. I'm like, how did they do that? And they've got stones from wherever, do you know what I mean? And they put the bread on top of that and it gives it a really funky colour. So I'm doing that today. However, I've rolled it out, it's ready to go. I'm going to get some coconut oil, right, in a pan, and let's get this melted. And it's all going to come together in a minute. You know what I'm like, it'll all come together. Now, you don't really bring this to the boil, you're just melting the coconut oil, that's all you're doing. Because it's almost time. I can't get over them kebabs, did you see it? Oh my God, I can't wait for that. Anyway, stone bread, here we go. Let me show you. Yeah, coconut oil's melted, lovely. Now don't think I'm round the bend here, right? These stones have already been in hot. Now, they're just normal stones. They're just normal stones that, you know, I've picked, boiled them, cleaned them, scrubbed them down so they are good to go, right? And you put the bread on top of it. I know it's weird, but trust me, it works. So I've got some coconut oil. I'm going to put that on the stones, right? Now, by the way, I use the stones for these bread all the time. So once you're finished with them, just put them in a container, just stick them to the bottom of the cupboard. When you want a funky bread, there you go. So anyway, oil on the stones, and then oil on the bread. Now, this is the top of the bread, if you like, with the coconut oil on. But with the tandoori and things like that, it will be delicious, do you know what I mean? Because, you know, tandoori, coconut, boom, delicious. So anyway, plenty of oil. You get your bread and you drop it, right? See what I mean? See how look how funky that looks. Check how funky that is. Now, don't move it around too much because you don't want the stones to disturb. But put it in as is. Turn it up a little bit. Turn it up a little bit. That bread, again, I don't eat bread, but look, organic flour. If you switch your life to organic, your life's going to change. I'll give you for instance, right? If you have pasta and bread here from a restaurant, even a restaurant, or you go to the supermarket and you buy pasta and this, that, the other, and if you have it here, you want to sleep after, you like that. In Italy, you have a bowl of pasta for lunch, boom, energy, you're on the go. What's different? The difference is that they use the proper organic durum wheat to make their pasta. That's what it is. They make proper breads like I've made with organic stuff. It's a lot more sourced, it's better, you know what I mean? So if you're gonna have bread, make your own. By the way, did you see that bread I did? Use that for pizza. Do you know what I mean? Use that for pizza. Use it for, you know, flatbreads, strombolis. Strombolis are delicious. Roll out your bread, put all ingredients in it, roll it up and bake it. The Italians call it strombolis. Get all that done, do you know what I mean? But do your own bread. It doesn't take long. And as I say, you could do half a dozen flatbreads, stack them up with cling film in between each one. So when you come in at night, you had a couple of beverages, boom, you can just throw some bread on in a dry pan, or even with some coconut oil or whatever, and next minute you've got bread. Anyway, I'm going on. Let's get back to our sauce. Our sauce is yogurt. You know what I said before? Keep half the yogurt back, right? Now, my pal will be here in a minute, so I've got to get cracking, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, mint jelly, right? For about a cup of yogurt, you need about a tablespoon of mint. I bet you think I've been on the beard already. I haven't. So a tablespoon of mint jelly. Do not use mint sauce. Reason being, it's vinegar. It's vinegar. Terrible. Mint jelly is sweeter and it's a lot better. To make this sauce, there's no vinegar in it. Right. So 2 ingredients. 2 ingredients up to now. Oh yeah, you got to have a lick of salt. And this one, a good cracker pepper to give it that bit of warmth. You know, I don't mean over, but you know, a good crack. It breaks through the sweetness and gives it a little bit of warmth. That's it. See? Yogurt mint sauce. How easy is that? How easy is that? And believe me, you use that sauce on any kind of lamb, chicken. It goes well with Moroccan food. I've done stuff before with Moroccan spice and stuff, and it goes really, really well. Bread's coming along nicely. So, we're going to press the pause. I'll be back in a minute. I'll make sure Archie's here and then we'll take it from there. But we're almost there to build. I know today's like been a bit of a stop and start one, but there's not much, there's no way around it. You know, it's just one of them days. Anyway, don't worry about it. We'll come back to it and we'll get our kebabs underway. All right, see you in a minute. Right. Apologies for today. You know, stop. But there's no way around it. All this, you know, is what I made earlier. This is an hard one to do. However, UFC tonight, so I'm going to have a few beers and kebabs. What a boys' night. Fighting, kebabs and beer. Yes. Anyway, let's get back to the bread. Stone bread. Check that fella out. Now, as you can see, this side's nice and crispy, but this side is kind of steamed and soft. So we put that on a plate. Give me a sec, I'll get it in the camera in 1 sec. Oven off. As I say, use the stones again, do you know what I mean? Just put them in. Now check that out. So as you can see, there's little indentations. That's where all the sauce is going to like drip into, and anyway, it's a cracking little bread. So back to the kebab. Check this fella out. Now, what am I doing that for? Right, check this fella out. So, we carve. Look at that. Probably carved too far. Yeah, I knew it would fall apart. I should have carved both sides. But anyway, you get the general idea. So that, I'm going to leave it in that sauce for a little bit, right? The onion underneath it, I'm not going to bother with that, because we've got red onion here and there's onions in between it. So, I'm always rooting around in that drawer, aren't I? Right, so check this bread out. So, we've got, oh, hang on a sec, see, racing ahead. I want to bear that. First of all, some greenage on the bottom, just a little bit of greenage. Next one, shredded cabbage, just a white shredded cabbage, shred it really fine. Get your mandolin. Don't go mental on this. Just a little sprinkle. Now we get to the meat. See what I mean? Always racing ahead of me. So anyway, put your meat along, like I've said. That sauce and everything in there. Honestly, the smell of it is absolutely fantastic. Now, we're at this point now. This is the finishing touches. Right here, put that in there. Put the sauce. It's quite thick, so a couple of blobs of sauce, like so. That's yogurt and mint, and it goes gorgeous with the tandoori spices. Plenty of red onion, crisp, nice, finely shaved red onion. Some nice cherry tomatoes. Nice, ripe, sweet cherry tomatoes. Crack of our pepper. As always, good pinch of sea salt over the top of it. And then, this bad boy. This is shredded baby cucumber. Over the top. So finally, we got to the finishing line. By the way, that kebab pan, how good did that turn out? I'm going to do that again next time with lamb. You know, there's all kinds going through my head now, you know what I mean? Lamb and, you know, finely sliced duck and, yeah, Anyway, that is going to be used a lot. I'm buzzing with it. So I'm moving quickly along because I want to bid. I don't want to watch UFC. So there we go. Check that out. Now, if you get a better kebab than that anywhere, good luck. Forget about it. I know it's a bit of messing about, but let me tell you, once you've eaten this, you're never going back. Bread's great. Everything's perfect. Have a fantastic evening, whatever you may be doing. Me, beer and fighting. Can't wait. All right. You take care. Everyone, love to all. Thank you. Take care.